If you're going to do something, do it fully. Say what you can do, then do exactly what you said you would do. If you can't do it, don't say you can. Don't overpromise. Don't stretch yourself so thin that you can't follow through. Don't commit just to sound committed and then step into it halfway. Decide first. Think it through carefully. But once the moment comes, don't hesitate. Step in completely. What keeps most people stuck is not failure. It's uncertainty. It's the constant what if. It's wondering whether things could have worked out if you had really tried. When you half do something, you never get closure. You don't know whether it wasn't right for you or whether you simply didn't give it enough effort. That uncertainty stays with you. It shows up late at night when everything is quiet. It makes you replay your choices again and again. But when you go all the way, you gain something more important than success or failure. You gain truth. You find out. You can look in the mirror and say, I didn't cheat myself. I didn't pull back. I didn't hold anything in reserve. I went all in. And now I know what this really is for me. Maybe you realize it's not for you. That's not a loss. That's clarity. Or maybe you realize, yes, this is exactly where I belong. Either way, you are no longer stuck wondering. A lot of people spend their lives half doing things, half committing, half believing in themselves, half holding themselves accountable. They don't study themselves. They don't challenge their own habits, patterns, and decisions. They also don't give themselves credit when they do something right. At the same time, they don't correct themselves honestly when they know they're off track. Real confidence doesn't come from pretending you're perfect. It comes from knowing who you are and being willing to deal with it. You should be able to look in the mirror when something goes right and say, good job. You earned that. You did the work. And you should also be able to look in the mirror when you mess up and say, that wasn't right. You know it. Fix it. That balance is what builds strength. Most people are more gentle with others than they are with themselves. When someone else tries and falls short, you encourage them. You remind them that it's okay to stumble. But when you fail, you punish yourself. You carry guilt. You carry regret. You replay what you should have done differently. Yes, sometimes you are the reason things didn't work out. Sometimes you made the wrong decision. Sometimes you didn't show up the way you should have. That's part of being human. Own it. Take responsibility. Make things right where you can. Learn from it. And then move forward. Guilt and regret have ended more lives, more dreams, and more potential than failure ever could. You were not meant to live stuck in yesterday. You are the author of your life. You don't get to tear out pages, but you do get to decide what happens next. When you start taking care of the things that truly matter, your health, your discipline, your faith, your family, and your character, something begins to change. The highs don't spin out of control, and the lows don't pull you as deep. Life still has pain, but it doesn't throw you around the way it used to. One of the strange truths about life is this: it only makes sense when you look back, but it can only be lived moving forward. What once felt like the end of the story often turns out to be the beginning of something new. At the time, you couldn't see it. But later, when you look back, the dots connect. One mistake becomes a lesson. One closed door pushes you toward a better direction. Right now, you might not know exactly what you want, but you do know what you don't want anymore. You know what you're no longer willing to accept. And that gives you leverage. That gives you a starting point. That's how direction begins. So when you decide to move, don't test the water. Don't dip your toe in. Step forward. Commit fully. Find out. Go all the way and see what you're really capable of. People often ask, who are you? We tell our children to figure it out. We tell ourselves we're supposed to know. But the truth is that question can feel overwhelming because most of us don't actually know how to define ourselves. And something important to understand is this: you are not a fixed identity. You are not done. You are what you are becoming. You are allowed to build yourself over time. That takes the pressure off. You don't have to arrive fully formed. What's interesting is that it's often easier to figure out who you are not than who you are. You might not know your exact purpose yet, but you usually know what doesn't feel right. You know what drains you. You know what doesn't fit. And when you start eliminating what isn't you, by simple logic, you move closer to what is. Sometimes we think growth means pushing harder, more hustle, more pressure, more effort. And sometimes that's true. But sometimes the real work is taking your foot off the brake, stepping back, letting yourself breathe, laughing a little, enjoying the moment, letting go of what's weighing you down instead of forcing yourself to power through. There are moments when dancing in the rain is more productive than fighting the storm. Even the difficult parts of life have something to teach you. You don't have to like them, but you can acknowledge them. You can say, "I see what this showed me." And then you move forward stronger. One of the most powerful things you can do is find something you have a natural ability for. Something that feels right. Something that comes more easily to you than it does for most people. We love doing things we're naturally good at. But that's not where it ends. That's where learning begins. That's where you study it. That's where you work at it. That's where you put in the hours, build the skill, and go after real opportunities. Over time, you sharpen it. You measure the world through that lens. And eventually, if you stay with it, the world begins to need what you do. That's the sweet spot. That's when you're building something meaningful. That's when you wake up with purpose. You may still be tired. You may still have hard days, but you're no longer dreading your life. You're creating something that matters to you. One of the smartest strategies in life is simply to be a good person. Not for applause, not for rewards, but because it works. The better a person you become, the more opportunities begin to open up. Don't do things only for money. Money can be made many ways. But when you love what you do, you study it. You become immersed in it. It stops being something you do and starts becoming part of who you are. That's when confidence turns into something real. Not loud, not forced, but grounded, built from experience and effort. Visualization matters. When you have an idea, that idea is the seed. When you picture it, when you see yourself there, that's the fertilizer. You are feeding something inside yourself. You are telling your mind and your heart where you are going. Life is not easy. It never was. It isn't now, and it won't ever be. Life is not fair. Don't fall into the trap of entitlement. You are not a victim. Get up. Move forward. Most things worth having require effort. They require sweat. They require commitment. Strip everything away and ask yourself what's really there. Without the titles, without the labels, without the job, without the status. Who are you? Is there a loving heart there? Is there strength? Is there discipline? Is there loyalty? That's who you are. That's the one thing you cannot get rid of. You are stuck with yourself for life, so you might as well learn how to live with that person. Courage is the foundation of everything. You need courage to change. You need courage to quit. You need courage to be rejected. You need courage to grow. Courage isn't something you either have or don't have. It's something you use. Courage is built by doing courageous things. Having difficult conversations takes courage. Learning something new takes courage. Becoming better takes courage. And the more you use it, the more you become who you're meant to be. Courage is not for applause. It's not for medals or approval. Courage is doing what feels most right for you in that moment, even when you're afraid. There's a line that says, "Cowards die many times before their deaths, but the brave die only once." Brave people still feel fear. The difference is they don't let fear decide their life. They feel it, and they move anyway. Right now, there are people walking around who are alive, but their dreams are not. Their ideas are not. Their potential is sitting inside them unused. They will carry talents, abilities, and callings to the grave because they never had the courage to become who they really are. If you want to step into your future, if you want to bring into reality what you know you were meant to do, it's going to take everything in you. It takes an honest look at your life and asking real questions. How can I express more of who I am? How can I bring my ideas into the world? How can I stop holding back? You have to live with urgency, not panic. Urgency, because life is not guaranteed. Tomorrow is not promised. So ask yourself, what do you gain by waiting? What do you gain by not going after what you know you want? What do you gain by not listening to yourself? For many people, the reason they don't move is because they believe failure is final. They think if they try and fall, that's the end. But fear doesn't protect you. Fear sedates you. Fear paralyzes you. Fear locks you in a prison. And the only way out is movement. Movement is the antidote to fear. Action is how you beat doubt. Even small steps count. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need a perfect plan. You need to start. Momentum will follow. The first step is the hardest, but it's the most important. It's the one that proves to yourself that you can. Discipline is what carries you past the first step. Motivation is temporary. Excitement fades. But discipline is the engine that keeps going when your energy is gone. It's the quiet voice that says, do it anyway. It's not glamorous. It's not fun all the time, but it works. Your habits determine your life. Not once in a while, not occasionally. Every day, every action, every choice. Tiny habits, when repeated consistently, compound into results you can't ignore. The people you spend time with, the words you speak, the things you consume, all of it builds or erodes who you are. Choose wisely. Pain is inevitable. Struggle is inevitable. But suffering is optional. You can let it destroy you, or you can let it teach you. Every hardship carries a lesson. Every failure carries insight. Don't waste what life hands you. Learn from it, adapt, and move forward stronger. Success is not a destination. It's a process. It's a journey of growth, of learning, of improving yourself bit by bit. It's the sum of all the choices you make today, tomorrow, and the day after. Don't chase shortcuts. They rarely last. Build slowly. Build deeply. Build with integrity. Comparison is the thief of joy. Someone else's success does not diminish yours. Someone else's talents do not erase yours. Focus on your own journey. Compete with your past self, not with everyone else. Be better than yesterday. That's enough. That's everything. Gratitude is underrated. It's not about being passive. It's about seeing clearly. Appreciating what you have fuels resilience. It fuels hope. It fuels courage. When you recognize the good around you, the impossible becomes manageable. The heavy burdens feel lighter. Life doesn't change instantly, but your perspective does. You are stronger than you think. You are capable of more than you imagine. The mind is powerful, but it can be trained. The heart is resilient, but it can be strengthened. The body is capable, but it must be cared for. Don't neglect yourself in pursuit of dreams. Invest in yourself in every way, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Life doesn't wait for anyone. The people you admire are not special because they were luckier. They are special because they acted, they risked, they endured, they persisted, and they still do. You can be one of them. You can rise. You can grow. You can create. You can live with courage, discipline, and love. It's all within reach, but only if you choose it, every day, without excuses. Fear will always knock. Doubt will always whisper. But courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the choice to move forward despite it. Every time you step into discomfort, you grow. Every time you persist, you redefine your limits. Courage is built one decision at a time. Time is the most precious resource you have. Every second spent complaining, procrastinating, or waiting is a second you'll never get back. Don't waste it on what doesn't matter. Invest it in what matters. Learning, growing, loving, creating. Let your life be measured by impact, not by idle moments. Your mind is a garden. What you plant will grow. Feed it with positivity, focus, and knowledge. Weed out negativity, doubt, and laziness. The thoughts you nurture today determine the life you live tomorrow. Choose your inner dialogue carefully. It shapes your reality. Failure is proof that you tried. Rejection is proof that you risked. Setbacks are proof that you care enough to act. Every no brings you closer to a yes. Every mistake teaches you what works. The only real failure is giving up. Keep moving, keep trying, keep learning. Purpose is the compass. Without it, action feels hollow, life feels aimless. Find what drives you, what wakes you up with energy, what gives meaning to your days. Purpose doesn't have to be grand. It just has to be yours, and it has to be real. Let it guide you relentlessly. The people around you matter. Surround yourself with those who challenge you, support you, and believe in your growth. Distance yourself from negativity, toxicity, and doubt. Energy is contagious. Choose carefully whose energy you let into your life. Protect your mind, heart, and spirit. Love is strength. Compassion is power. Kindness is courage. The way you treat others, the way you give without expecting, the way you forgive and move forward, these define your humanity. Legacy isn't measured in wealth or fame. It's measured in impact, in love, in the lives you touch. Your story is still being written. Yesterday does not define you. Tomorrow is a blank page. What you do today, your choices, your actions, your discipline, will write the chapters that follow. Make them bold, make them count, make them memorable. Rise, persist, learn, love, build, grow, repeat. Life is a battle worth fighting, a journey worth living, and a gift worth cherishing. Stand tall, step forward, be unstoppable, be unapologetically you.